That's correct. That's exactly what we're hoping for. The rest of us to follow. So I think it's beautiful. I'm very, very happy. Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Let me see if anybody else wanted to chip in as we're hearing. I've invited Ramsford Kane because is Kenyan. And anybody who, if you do see others as well that you want to welcome, share this with them. Let them join the live. Let us, give each other, the boost to grow this feed, this line. Very, very important. 42 messages. Invite all round chef G. 1 second. So I'm gonna anybody who wants to. Okay, like Victoria. So she's gone off. I was gonna invite her, but she pulled away. So I'm gonna invite as many people as possible. Now, in terms of how should other youths in Africa, how should they be viewing this? How would you say they should really be looking at what's going on in Kenya? And how shouldn't that be a motivating factor for them? Anyway, your thoughts again. Let's hear from you, Abu Dumboya. Yes, other youths, like, how should they be looking at it? I've already heard from other youths from Sierra Leone. Okay. From other youths from other places, and they are just ecstatic. Fantastic. Because I'll say before in Africa, when something like this happened, yes, you'll not hear so many people be like, oh, there's trouble over there, let's mind our business. But what I really, really like about the era we're in, Africa now, we're speaking strictly Africa, yes, is that when others see it, they're like, we need to do the same. That's yes, what I've heard from other youths. We need fantastic. This because they see them freeing themselves, yes, they're in bad condition themselves, so they're like, I need to do this as well. Like, why am I sitting there doing nothing? That's correct. That's correct. I can do it. Yes. So it is really motivation, and also it is good for the youth to see something like this in their younger years, so that they're conditioned already to know that, hey, I do have a voice, I do have power. Because when you condition someone until they get older, yeah, it's like it's hard to learn older new tricks. Exactly. Exactly. When you get it from a young age and it's already there in your spirit, you start them young, you'll have a generation that cannot be controlled. So I think it's very, very good. It's very beautiful. Fantastic. And all youth should see this. Definitely, definitely. All youth should. They should. They should. They definitely should. I mean, it's not just dancing on TikTok. Thank you. Also, you gotta get down to business. That's it. That's exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. And you just said it right there. It's not about dancing on TikTok. It's about actually going, you know what? Right. What can we do? How can we effect this change? We are taking control ourselves. We are being part of that process, to drive the change. And I hope that many people will be taking this on and looking at it from that point of view. I'm going to see if I can invite Bantu Queen. I tried to see if I can find Kibuti, but she's not online at the minute. Many others, of course, if you're watching, we want you to support. There was a video which I showed or saw earlier on where there were a lot of Kenyan youths, on the streets peacefully. Okay, Bantu, you join later. Thank you very much. That's fine. And they were really, it was all peaceful. They even have their own ambulances and medical facilities organized and ready. That is the level of planning that we're talking about. It's not just about just going to the protest alone. You have to have medical people around, ambulances, support systems, medications, food. That's why you said you talked about the millennials and then the generations above them being really key parts of this process. It is a community-wide thing, and we need to encourage as many people as possible to be part of the process and join, and of course, begin to really voice out our thoughts and how we want to see things. And we hope that this is something that a positive energy that's going to go right to many African countries, because particularly where you have all these puppets, because many of our leaders are, unfortunately, they are puppets. They're not true leaders. They are puppets that have been put in place to actually just keep us all, in the dark whilst our resources are being looted. And it is important that the youths of Kenya, they spoke, because they spoke so eloquently, and they know their rights. They know, that their role is to actually speak up now and to awaken their communities. And the good thing is like they were saying yesterday on the program, they know their rights in English, and they're actually translating it to their own communities in their languages, so that the people can participate. And that was something I really felt, wow, this is exactly what we envisaged when we were talking about the youths being part of the process, the youths coming in, and and sort of when we started talking about the Africa Zoom 54 plans about how to raise awareness of the constitution and translating into local languages. So that's exactly, they captured that mood, and they're actually going with it, and they are taking very, very big steps, huge steps in that direction. So I am all for it. I couldn't be happier, to be honest, to see that what they've done here is to really, bring that energy forward. And I'm hoping that we need as many people as possible supporting what they're doing. Welcome on board, Vanna. Let's hear from you briefly. Dumbuya, I'll come back to you. Vanna, welcome, and let's hear from you. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Great.
Thank you. Great, great.
Okay. I'm just listening now.
Yes.
Go on.
Okay.
I'm glad to be here.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. We are, just in case, to give a bit of heads up, we are still talking about the Kenyan protest. It's going on now. I'm trying to source pictures for the ones there's one happening in London. I'm trying to get a video for that, so I can maybe talk about it as well. But the protest is about the finance bill going on in Kenya. I've seen videos this morning where a lot of Gen Zs have been out on the streets peacefully protesting. And that's where you see the flag that you see on there. That's their flag, the Kenyan flag, by the youths, and it captures the moment. So we'll give you more updates there. Let's hear from Ekwe. My brother, go ahead. Let's hear from you. Welcome on board. Ekwe? Ekwe, can you hear me? Thank you. Yes, yeah, go ahead. Okay, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Welcome on board.
Okay, with the protest that's going on in Kenya,
Yes.
I came to realize that Ruto Professor Walking in as somebody that is going to be for Africa, Africa for Africa. That's what I saw Ruto.
Exactly.
I saw in Ruto. Yeah, I saw him like, oh, Africa for Africa is going to do a bit of federation.
Mm-hmm.
He went on trying to say like we shouldn't be going to that African leaders shouldn't be going like as like go to one country.
Exactly.
50 of them in one country. It was making sense.
Mm-hmm.
But we came to realize as time goes on, he was uncovered puppet
Exactly.
and all that.
Exactly.
Now look at, he went to White House. I think for me, Ruto has what he call low self-esteem.
Yes.
Like for him to be so happy to be smiling and sitting down in the White
Oh.
House, they're just trying to do that just to make sure Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali can see that we are your friends. That's what they are trying to do.
Yes.
Using Ruto.
Yes.
So
You're right.
Yeah. So America now, I've been to Kenya. I've seen what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
They have
Mm-hmm.
U.S. military base there. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, that shouldn't be there. Why are you keeping a military base in Kenya?
Yeah.
So, and I stayed there for 2 months and I realized that the tax was very high.
Mm.
The taxation was high.
High.
You keep hiking the tax and taxes
Mm-hmm.
people, taxes
Mm-hmm.
people, and you're not creating jobs, no
No.
funding, no nothing.
No.
You keep taxing them. You keep taxing them. So the thing has gone to their neck now.
Yes.
People can't bear it anymore.
No.
And I wish every country can do that.
Yeah.
I know there could be a bit of bloodbath, but that's for your future.
Yes.
Future of our children.
That's correct.
Because this man is following the instruction of America, and America is trying to impoverish this country.
That's correct. That's correct.
So that they can keep taking and taking.
Taking and taking and taking.
Yeah.
And
For example, the coffee,
mm-hmm.
the coffee that Kenya used to produce.
Yeah.
With the coffee industry of the whole world,
Mm-hmm.
they are not even doing that anymore. Now
No.
it looks like maybe I think Singapore, one of these countries,
Yeah.
are going to be, I think Vietnam also, they are going to be the largest coffee producer again to buy. So
Oh gosh.
Ruto is keep hiking tax, hiking. Oh, what are you doing with the money?
Yeah.
Not doing anything to put it with the money.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So for me, I am happy to see Kenyans coming out.
Yeah.
That enough is enough.
Indeed.
Enough of you putting us in hunger and abject poverty. Yet you are not doing anything for us.
Mm-hmm.
Our people
Mm-hmm.
are begging. If you go to Kenya, very nice, beautiful country.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful country.
Mm-hmm.
But you see the people hungry.
Very, very
You see
hungry.
the people are not eating and all that. Vast land, everything.
Yeah.
But what is Ruto doing? But the tax system there, I'm like, why are they taxing them like this? Why are they?
To really frustrate them, to keep them really, yeah, it's not on. It is not on.
It's not on.
No,
So for
no.
me, I'm so happy when I saw what they did.
Mm-hmm.
What they did, they told him enough is enough. That he must go. I know African leaders are very greedy.
Yes.
Even if you tell them to go, they will never
Yeah.
go. They want to stay there forever.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
want to stay there as if that's their house. They will never leave that seat because that's
Exactly.
their
Exactly.
inheritance according to how they think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, the
Mm-hmm.
best thing
Mm-hmm.
is that we should support our Kenyan brothers.
Fantastic.
We should support our Kenyan brothers because although like they
Good
carve
morning.
out
Yeah.
Africa,
One second. One second.
yeah,
Splend.
yeah,
Then I'll let Equa finish. Then you can join. Or you can ask a question.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you. Go
yeah.
ahead. Equa, go ahead.
Although they carve out Africa and then gave them Kenya and all this, but we are brothers. We are
Exactly.
brothers and sisters. They are
Mm.
our own. We look at them as ours. We see them in. You see us in them. You see them in us.
Exactly.
Though there's a bit of culture differences, but we need
We're all Africans. All of
that's what we
those.
should be doing.
Yes. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Equa. Okay. Let's hear from Splen 420. Welcome on board. Thank you. And thanks for waiting.
Thank you very much, young man.
Yeah.
Thank you. How are you today?
Good things. Good things. Good things. Good things. Yeah. Well,
I have a question.
yes.
And because I'm white. I'm white.
Okay, that's fine.
But I have a question because I understand that we colonized like our people that if if what I've learned is true, our people did horrific things.
Yep.
And we colonized and we
Yep.
spread out. So it got me thinking. I just thought of this last night, and I'm wondering.
Mm-hmm.
So now us as humans,
1 minute. Yeah. Yeah.
us,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
us as humans
Mhm.
are looking for other planets so we could move onward when our planet's almost done. But that would be colonizing a whole other planet. So what right? So what right? Where do you draw the line? So why is it? And I'm not saying what we did was right. Oh my goodness! And I'm not making excuses. I don't want anyone to misread what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything we did was right. But
Mhm.
how is it right that we have the self-entitlement to leave our planet to invade somebody else's for self-preservation?
I
For
mean,
self-preservation.
that is a topic that is more in terms of the Western thinking. I think a lot of people who are in the southern hemisphere are just trying to think about survival and being able to actually stand up for their rights like they're doing now.
Yes.
I think a lot of the Dogons, for example, they have known about, extraterrestrials and stuff for thousands of years. But they have not once talked about trying to go and take over anything. That's not who they are, you know. So I think I have to. I couldn't give you a definite answer in that area, other than to say that I don't think it's a priority. If the world that we're living in now is not functioning, then it needs to be fixed, not through wars, but through dialogue and understanding that actually following the cycle of the earth actually nurtures us all. So the systems that we have in the world right now actually runs counter to the earth. Pure and simple. Just look at the religions. The religions, they ignore the cycle of the month that follows the moon. They give a new thing which doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna have to read. Yeah. So what I will say,
Many people.
yeah. Go ahead.
You're muted, I think.
Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me
Yes,
now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so and another thing that I'm truly bothered by is and this is all over the world because technology is in every corner of the world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I feel that humans are so disconnected from the planet. Nobody is doing the right thing by the planet. For
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I think
the newest cell phone, they don't understand they got human. It's not supposed to be called.
your line is kind of funny. Can you hear me? Because I think you're kind of going on and off.
Yeah,
Are you in a? Are you?
I'm just perplexed at how
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll
Oh,
move.
okay. I think your line is coming on and off. If you change, if you
Sorry, I live in the mountains. I live in the mountains a bit, so sometimes it's spotty.
okay, okay. It sounds a bit more clearer now, so we can hear you now. Um, so here's what I think. Um, One of the things that our ancestors in Africa and did was they always respected the earth. They always have a connection with the earth. I think to the evolved system that we have around the world that is managing the world as it currently the world system now, again, it runs counter to that. It's about exploiting it. It's about not really replacing what you have. So, and that is something that has now become what many people take on and think, oh, that's the way to go. Just throw away culture and not rethinking. Hang on, you have to actually make sure that you replenish from where you take, and make it the more natural
Yes.
with the using the stuff, the more it actually it goes back into the earth. So there is a lot of rethinking that has to happen
Yes.
even into our governance. And I think the like I said, our ancestors
I
did
find that
they did something when they did the idea of changing crops to grow in a particular area was something our ancestors were good at. So they would grow a crop, and then a year or two, then the third year they would change it just to give it a bit of a rest.
yes.
You know that's a simple way of managing things, but
Yes.
but it's missing in our
Yes.
governance.
To rotate your crops allows different nutrients to go into the soil, and you get to feed the earth again. And but I think most people are so disconnected. They don't even know that they're eating fake food.
Yep, that is another topic that I would say I agree on. I don't want to go too off topic just now because I'm trying to focus on what Kenyans are saying. But I agree with you. I'm happy to actually bring you back another time, and I'll follow you. I think I'm already following you, and we can actually talk
Yeah, we
about
can follow each other.
So what I will do,
Sister Spring,
we will do.
hello,
Yeah.
may I say something,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah, go ahead, Vanway. Yes.
Sister Spring, thank you for being here. And please, can you please help us with supporting having the constitutional rights given to all the people so they'll know how to stand on their own and get all the things that they deserve as a citizen. Please, we have the Cash Apps and we have PayPal. We're asking for small donations from all of us
Mm-hmm.
that we can help get our program
Up and running.
more people, to all of Africa. They need their constitutional rights
Yeah.
because so
Thank you.
My son is actually, he was supposed to come last weekend
Okay.
because he's got to show me. I'm not that good. I'm older and I'm not really too tech savvy.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got to come over and he has to show me how to do this on my phone because
Mhm.
like I've got money sitting here on TikTok and
Mm-hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how
To
I don't know how
access it.
these things work.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, so he's got to come and do that. But
Yeah. No.
I'm all about supporting like the
Yeah.
message. Like I don't know the truth because I don't live there.
Yeah.
I only see what I research and I
Exactly.
get the answers which I see. So
Good.
when I see so much misjustice and just rot all
Mhm.
around the world and it's coming from the top in all countries
Mhm.
and it affects everybody like you and me
Mhm.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
that's right.
Absolutely. So what I would just say, explain 420. What I like Werner said. Thank you very much for that interjection, Werner. What we are trying to do in Africa is that a lot of people don't, because of the foreign language. The constitutions of many African countries are written in either English or French. So the communities in the villages and the towns do not know that constitution in their language, and that becomes a barrier to participate in your governance. So
And
what?
that's the way that our people set it up so that you guys don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like to keep everybody ignorant just keeps them obedient.
There you go. So what we're trying to do is to raise that awareness. Now, we can already see within in Kenya, it is very, very. I'm really impressed about what the youth have done. They're called Gen Z over there, and what they've done is they've actually learned the constitution in their languages, going into all the schools and everything in the capital, and then they've gone back to the city, villages and towns, and begin to translate it. So we need more of that to happen, more and more of that, because that way the people can. Sorry.
There are people called polyglots that can learn languages incredibly easy, and there's a fella that's actually teaching native people, native young ones right now. It's a white guy, but he's really good at languages. He can learn a new language in
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
And
It's not so much.
teaching the native people.
It's not so much teaching them. The thing is that one of the things that the thinking that we're trying to remove is that native people don't know anything. Native people know a lot. They know about the earth. They know about the soil. They know about everything. And in fact,
If we lived more like them, the planet would be healthy.
there you go. They can tell you about the season before you even know. They can tell you what's about to happen before you know it because they are connected to the earth. The problem is that when we remove the knowledge for the ability for them to participate in the process, then they're left in the dark. And then of course things are then done around them to circumvent them that oppresses them, and they're not able to participate in it. So we are trying to reverse that. So we very much support what the Kenyans are doing now. The young ones are sort of saying to Ruto is a puppet. We can see him. I don't know if you're in the US, but the US are trying to control Kenya using Ruto, and that is not acceptable.
But I've been paying attention.
Good.
Yeah.
So what we are saying, and we're not. This is not about hating the US or hating Europe or any. We just need the people to benefit from the resources in their land, and by sharing the knowledge.
G7 countries, my country, Canada, and all G7 countries are to blame for what's happening to every country like Africa. Like
The continent of Africa. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Sorry, I'm
That's okay.
I'm challenged geographically.
That's okay. Don't worry.
But I don't know why. I do know why, because it's corruption, right? But these nutrient, like these continents and countries that are so rich in just everything that we need to survive gets pillaged by our countries. But now the citizens know. Now we know what's happening, and we don't want it anymore. So it's the leaders of the G7 countries that are doing this, and it's not cool, man. But we are now aware of it.
Fantastic.
The citizens.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And I'm hoping that you can spread the word about the message we're trying to share here. It's not about hate, and I'm really glad you're here because I keep talking about it. It's about empowering our people to really.
If I thought you were a hateful young man, I wouldn't have followed you and I wouldn't pop into your lives. When I see hate, I scroll by, I don't comment,
Yes.
I don't do anything.
Yes.
But when
Good.
I see good energy, I try to enter that room.
Good. And you're most welcome. And I'm really thank you for the honesty of actually stating about the G7, because when we often say that, a lot of people who don't want to hear the truth, they start attacking me personally. They start thinking I'm bitter. I should forget it. I should let go. But that's not the point. The thing is, the systems that were set up all those years ago are still in effect today, and it is preventing the development of the continent. And if we can get our people to be free from that system themselves, taking control, we'll be all right. And there's more room. There's room for all of this stuff to actually benefit the entire world if the people are allowed to participate in that process. So
You got it.
yeah. So I'm really glad that you joined, and please do. I welcome more suggestions and ideas from yourself, and please do share the message. Help share the message to your communities for them to realize that Africa is waking up, and the communities want to participate in their own governance. It is their right, and nothing should impede that. So that's the message we're putting across, and we're supporting what
What I want to
community.
do for you, before I go, so next week I will get my son to show me how to do some financial stuff on my phone.
Okay.
But another thing that I really want to do is I can't remember his name, but there's a polyglot that I have followed for a couple years.
Okay.
And he literally travels around the world, and he goes into remote places, and he helps people relearn their native language. And then, the easiest way I can explain it, so these people, they have all these histories and all these books and pictures and everything that they can visually see, but they can't read, so they can't understand the message. So
It might be it might be in some cases But from the area I come from, there are so many historians that are in the community that I am amazed. But because of the way that they've cleverly cut out of the system, they're not being able to participate. And now by them speaking, I often learn a lot of what my African history from them. Because I sit at their feet, literally, and listen to what they're saying to get information. So yes, of course, that can be an addition. But I think we need to make sure that the people feel the confidence among themselves. That's what because it is really important to build that trust in their own people in coming up with solutions themselves. Because that's what we're trying to do. But of course, they can play a certain role in key areas where clearly there has been a complete destruction. Certainly in Australia, where the Aborigines have been destroyed in Canberra and all those places. So that could be something that could be looked at. So welcome. I welcome that idea as well. Thank you very much. Let me just hold fire there. I'll bring on Ras Nana and we can chat, and I'll bring you back in again. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a blessed day, love.
Yeah, you too. Thanks. Ras Nana, welcome on board and thanks for waiting. Thanks for taking patient. Yes.
Thank you, brother.
Yes.
I'm always here.
Yes.
And I feel, whenever I come to your platform, I feel like home.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
You share wisdom here and you allow everybody to speak whatever the person wants, what's going on in Kenya?
Yes.
I think this is, the lesson for African leaders, to listen and to see.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I think last year when William Ruto went to France to speak,
Yeah.
I found out William Ruto is the Messiah of Africa. Not knowing he's the devil of Africa.
Exactly. You scared me for a minute there. Go ahead.
I found out William Ruto is the Messiah of Africa. I said, wow, this is Patrick Lumumba in Africa.
Yeah.
This is Thomas Sankara, Kwame Nkrumah, and
Yeah.
those, But I found out this man is the devil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at just listen what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that Kenyans they rise up to fight for their right.
Indeed.
And I want that energy to come to Nigeria,
Yeah.
come to Ghana,
Yeah.
and come to Ivory Coast in West Africa.
Yes.
For the leaders, to see as example that you cannot, we can't vote for you to come and anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
Like what we did for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
What we've done for I think 16 years.
Yes.
That a leader will come, and just follow going to IMF. You see in Ghana, I'll use Ghana as an example.
Yeah.
Ghana, when any leader who would come and say, "Oh, I'll go to IMF to take 1 billion," you've been clapping for the man and the president, like, "Oh, you did well to go to IMF." But we have a soldier, who
Yeah.
came. The name is General Kutu Echampon.
Okay.
The man came and spent 7 years in power without going to IMF. But what the man did was amazing. He did a lot of things for 7 years. He couldn't go to IMF. He said Operation Feed Yourself.
Yeah.
So he allowed the citizen to farm, to buy, made in African,
Goods.
and did,
Yeah.
a lot of things in Africa, built estate houses and did a lot of things. But the man did not go to IMF. But
No.
he done a lot of things. But just recent, since 1992, we go to democracy.
Oh.
Every leader,
Yeah.
proud to I go to IMF,
Mm-hmm.
follow 1 billion. I did this, I built hospital.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
build schools, I do this,
Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah.
And they are very proud to do that. But building school is not achievement.
No. 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 No.
Building hospital is not achievement.
No.
And listen, look at one funny thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever those leaders are sick, they will come to
There you go.
to check if they are sick.
Exactly.
Their children doesn't go to school in Ghana, they go to school in Ghana.
Exactly. 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 Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
You're absolutely
so
right.
to me, I want Nigeria to rise up because Nigeria is the mother of Africa.
Yes.
Because the population in Nigeria, is not even half of Ghana.
No.
So when Nigeria stand up, Ghana will stand up, and when Nigeria even stand up, Africa will stand up.
Absolutely.
So to me, my prayer is Nigeria to stand up
Mm.
and know their rights, and know the constitution in Africa, in Nigeria, and see the benefits they had in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Because Nigeria had oil. I think Nigeria is the second or the third, biggest oil,
In
in
the
the world.
world.
I
In
think
the world.
yeah.
In the world.
I think in Africa it's Angola
Mm-hmm.
and second in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
But Nigeria doesn't have oil refound.
Mm.
They
Mm.
found their oil in North Korea.
Mm. Mm. No,
And
no.
North Korea get a benefit, from everything.
Yeah.
The crude oil, anything they had, North Korea will benefit and Britain will benefit from it.
Exactly.
So I want Nigeria to stand up so that the children of Nigeria will benefit, the resources they had.
Absolutely.
So that they
Absolutely.
will not go to other different countries, with the West for cup in hand.
Yes. Indeed. Indeed.
We had a lot of things in Nigeria.
Mm.
And to me, I don't. If Nigeria had, I have it.
Mm-hmm.
And if Ghana had, you had it because
Mm.
you don't know. Maybe 10 years to come, maybe your children will go to Ghana to
Yeah.
work.
Yes.
And
Yes.
when they go to Ghana and work and marry my sister and give birth, they will benefit whatever Ghana had.
Yes.
So
Indeed.
to me, I always tell people that don't discriminate.
No.
If you're born in Africa, don't discriminate because you're
No.
not black.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
Very, very much.
I'm working and I want to, I want to open machine, so maybe there will be a dot, so maybe allow someone to speak.
Yes, please. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let me welcome back Personality Highlights. Welcome, my sister. It's wonderful having you back on here. Let's hear your thoughts on what's going on in Kenya right now. And if you have any more updates for us as well from your end. Personality Highlights, go ahead. Welcome.
Greetings. I don't know. Today's supposed to be the most powerful protest of. Today's supposed to be the mother of protests.
Yes, yes.
So I don't think I have a say in it. We want to see how the turn up. We want to
Mm-hmm.
see. We hope that we don't see casualty. We want it to be something that
Yes.
we don't want to lose anybody.
No. No. Mm. Yes. Yeah. Fantastic. No. Okay. Brilliant. Yeah. Great.
We have Gen Zs understands the importance of being in political activity, engaging in political talks and being strategic about, when it comes to the action taking. Because I think a lot of our African youths, they are interested, but the energy, I don't know, there's something discouraging them. So
Yeah. Yeah.
when we look at Kenya, it looks encouraging.
Mm.
And I hope that fight other African Gen Zs, capture that moment. Because, for example, in Nigeria, we know that most of our people are woke, right?
Yeah.
We also have most of busy dancing around.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I think Kenya is going to motivate, is going to be able to push more of our Gen Zs to get into the game.
Yes.
Because I think
Oh, your mic is a bit funny. Something's happened to your mic. Something's happened to your mic. I can't hear you well. I can't hear you well. There's something.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, now we can. Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. So
Okay.
yeah, what I'm saying is that I like the fever. I like the fever. I like the fire. That they care, because you see how they specifically target a Gen Z protest.
Yes.
It sounds like it's a revolutionary thing. I'm not saying that they have to be the one to do the work.
No.
But we love the fact that they are being like they are in front.
Exactly.
They are having their voices.
Indeed.
I think it's a big. But for now, I just want to keep my fingers crossed because
Fantastic.
I'm really looking at seeing
Yeah.
what the updates be like. And maybe
Absolutely.
So far, so good.
Yes.
That's
Fine.
good.
Yeah, I'll have a bit of an update on this end. In London, there is a protest going on right now. I've got just a little clip of it. If you follow me on YouTube, Citizen AY on YouTube, you'll see a short clip of the protest outside the Kenyan embassy in London, and people are out. There's a lot of people I can see on that protest, and that is what we mean. We need our people, and please, whether you are Kenyan, whether you are Nigerian, whether you are Gambian, whether you are, whatever name you call him from in Africa, you must participate. Because we need to begin to voice what the colonials have counted on is that as soon as something, or Caribbean, even yes, Caribbean, as soon as something goes wrong, it's not my country, so they've conditioned us to actually accept it that is happening in our proximity, but we don't have to get involved. Now we are breaking all of that down, so all of us need to participate. So certainly for what I can see, there is a protest going on in London, and I'm sure there will be other protests across there. Yeah, we are Africans, absolutely. So that's very, very important. Now let me see, did I see Bantu Queen come off? I was gonna, are you there, Bantu Queen? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, chip in. Let's hear from you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Respect and much love. Greetings to each and every one. Power to the
Greetings.
people. Amanda. I just want to
Amanda,
say
yeah.
that so far I don't get anything from my people. I wasn't feeling well,
Mm-hmm.
but a couple videos, guide, because I've been following this Kenyan journalists,
Mm-hmm.
young guys and journalists.
Okay.
They on the ground, yes, they get to going in.
Mm-hmm.
They break the wall of one of them government place.
Yes.
They get on the, yes, they break the wall.
So they go to the parliament.
Yes.
Okay.
Inside of parliament, they too are being demonstrating those that reject.
Okay.
And people has been injured and people get shot, police get injured, and they see, but there's some perpetrators in the midst. There's some perpetrators in the midst. They burn up a police vehicle, which I'm not.
That's not what we want. We don't want that. We don't want that at all.
Not JC doing that. It's the
No.
perpetrator.
Yes.
Who are doing things like those. They pay them.
Yeah.
And that is
Exactly. Exactly.
this dirty money. In Jamaica, we say dirty money.
Mhm.
Dirty.
Dirty. Yes.
And so we get dirty money that they don't have any. There's nothing about them to reject that money when they might get them to perpetrate the Generation Z. But we know better, like you and I know better, and they too know better. Police is doing damage to demonstration too. They get across one of the government building also in Mombasa. Oh yes, this generation, they tell you they're not afraid to die.
No.
They don't have anything to lose.
Exactly.
And what I personally know, a lot of this generation is not working. There's no job for them.
Yeah.
What they do, they take the street, which I'm very happy. And you say something that's very profound. It doesn't. I don't see myself as a yes. I'm born on the island of Jamaica, but it doesn't matter what Peter Tosh said.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you are, as long as you're a black man, you're an
African. Exactly. Exactly.
You don't know your history and know your true identity. Oh, I'm British. What kind of British? We're British? No.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
No, we're all Africans. We're organic people. And when our people start to realize we're organic people, you understand? We're all Africans.
That's it.
We're
Right.
all
Yeah.
faith.
We're from our cable land.
Yes, not all Kingsmen is Kingsmen. We know that. And not everybody who look like us is with us. We know that.
Yes.
But at the same time, anywhere we is, if I was in London, I would be demonstrating. But I'm far away from London. I'm more near to London.
Yes. Yes.
So I see a video with some in Germany.
Yes.
They told the Kenyan embassy in Germany. They were there, police were here. That's good.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
that's what we want. We need to rise up, man.
Exactly.
Rise up. Nobody wrong.
Exactly.
There's a mystic wind is blowing in the
Yeah.
air right
Yes.
now.
Yes. Exactly.
Energy, vibration, the
Yes.
algorithm.
Exactly.
So now is not our time.
It
It doesn't matter
Exactly.
You
Real.
know,
Yeah, struggle is real. Mm.
I mean, know some of us gonna die, but at least the generation that is coming,
Yes.
they will have it a lot easier.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I am happy that this generation,
Mm.
the generation Alpha, they evolve.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
Mm.
younger
Fantastic.
generation, they
Yeah.
evolve.
Yes.
I'm so happy because I know I target the youth.
Yes.
I just love to work with you because they
Good.
sit down and listen and they ask questions,
Yes.
and I love that. So we have to
Fantastic.
whatever we are doing, we have to focus with the youth. We have to look. We can't
Exactly.
leave out the youth.
No. No.
We have to work with the youth. Yes, we have elders
Yeah.
who will support, who
Mm.
will be there, and so forth and so forth. But yes, we
It's
have
the
to
youth.
work with the youth,
Thank you.
and we have to take back what the enemy has stolen from us. It's not going to
Absolutely.
be easy,
No.
but
No.
we will do it.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you so much for that. I'm really grateful, Bantu Queen. I appreciate that, and please keep up the good work. Personality, you have some updates for us. Let's hear from you. Just to give us a bit of heads up.
So, in my little circle, we have some posts here. Somebody is tagging it a Nairobi massacre at the moment.
Oh.
I don't know how severe it is.
Oh no.
But there's this person called Lukwago Swahil. You could check her out.
Yeah.
Lukwago. Lukwago. And the
Lukwago,
other name
yeah.
is underscore Swalil. Swalih. She posted something 30 minutes ago and she said 20 youths gone down within the Kenyan parliament as they set fire on part of it. That's literally her post. I just read that now.
Oh.
That's what she said. Then currently we also have somebody who's saying that the numbers have not been confirmed, but that 6 people have been confirmed dead. And then we can see pictures of the police literally like beating up young people. And then we have this person just raising his hands up, and then the police was like literally, brutalizing them. So I find it very worrisome that
Yeah.
for us to be hearing massacre, it looks like it's ugly at
It's
the
ugly at the
moment.
moment.
And that doesn't look. It doesn't look.
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, it doesn't
No.
look nice at the moment. Somebody, yeah.
Um.
And we know we've already lost some people before.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Ruto is doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like a mess at the
It
moment.
is. Oh.
Is what I'm seeing, but I think they're going to be updates soon. I can see pictures. I think CNN is also having like
Pictures as well.
they're doing a live. They said
Wow.
were abducted before today's protest. They said 12 people were abducted before today's protest. So if CNN is reporting that Amnesty International 12 people have been abducted before the Tuesday protest, then it looks like intentionally the Kenya government or whoever is in charge are actually taking out some of the
So-called the CS leaders.
Yeah, are in front of the movement. I think that's what's going on right now. So it doesn't look good anyway.
No.
Just wanted to say.
Thank you so much. I mean, we're not going to let that take our mood down. We are going to stay in the energy that the youth brought forward, and we've always known that some of them will try this, and they've tried to split. Like Bantu Queen said, they will try and infiltrate and put things in, which is terrible. I'm hearing from this guy, Vibe Master, TikTok murder, has just written something about the 6. He says there are 6. It looks like it's like 6 are probably dead from what you can see here. I don't know if I wonder if I can bring him up, but I'll see. I will bring you up at some point, Vibe Master. Just bear with me. We're just trying to get him as much as we can.
Bring him up if it is. I can just up down.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. I'll yeah. So I'll bring him up and yeah, I'll talk to you. I'll bring him back up as well. Thank you. Let me bring him in. Let's hear from him because I think he said something here, and I wanted to hear from him briefly about what he said there. So Vibe Master, if you're there, just bring yourself up, and I'll happily bring you in so you can give us the updates. It sounds worrying. No, not now, not cancel. So I'm waiting for that. So, and of course, you've heard what they said. Bantu Queen talked about that she's not heard from people because they were at the parliament and they went in and there was some fire. That has been subsequently confirmed by um, personality highlights and the news that we hear in CNN talking about people have been abducted, arrested illegally by the police prior to the today's protest. But overwhelmingly, a lot of people have seen the videos I've seen have been very peaceful, and people have actually taken that on themselves to actually provide their own healthcare, not waiting for the government. They've actually got their own doctors, medics, medicines, and all of that, water, all of that. That I saw that in the video. So this is well coordinated. Obviously, those who want to paint, they want a message to go around the world that the youths who are doing the Gen Zs are thugs, and we mustn't let that happen. So we have to really make sure, yes, exactly, on their own. Exactly, they can't believe that. Exactly, like you said, Bantu Queen. They can't believe the youths are doing this on their own. But they are,
In fact, I want to say this. Like, what's happening in Kenya is not different from what happened with the NSAS.
Thank you.
It's just that they are taking the Kenya own more seriously.
There you go.
At least for the past, we really had like some days.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was getting to like almost 1 week before. It was heading to after for 4 days, 5 days before they started, infiltrating.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they see that the tensions everywhere is already very loud.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they are moving in on those young people. So
Mm.
there's already what we see a history repeating itself, and it obviously looks like there's an infiltration, just like Bantu Queen said. So the infiltration is they're gonna be putting in some people in the middle of to mess up the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, there's a picture I'm watching right now in X. This is just a young person raising their hands up, and then the police just has his banting ready to beat. So
Mm-hmm.
it looks like Gen Zs are organized, and the people amongst them that they're infiltrating these
Yeah.
spaces are the
Mhm.
ones who are making it a this situation. And this is just, I think they're just trying to use this to have more reason to be able
To attack them, and yeah.
yeah.
But we will not allow them to detract what the Gen Zs are doing. To be honest, we cannot allow for that. We cannot. So yeah, and I'm really glad that you're bringing this up. So, sorry, what platform did you say it was on on X again? Is it Gen Z? What's it called? Personality.
No. It's on X. I follow some communities, but let me just go back to some of the posts.
Yes.
That,
So because I can see it on here.
the one who said that we have 20 people down, her name is, hold on, please, let me get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. I hear you. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said most of the feedbacks that I'm getting from X, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I said most of the feedbacks I'm getting is from X, right? People are tweeting as the stuffs are happening. So, for example, when we look at somebody tagging the Nairobi massacre,
Mm-hmm.
it was because Lukwago, her name is Lukwago, like I just
Mm-hmm.
found the name, so anybody can go on X and
Lukwago. Yes.
read that super for you. Yeah, Lukwago.
Yes.
And then the other name is Swahili, Swalrh. So she said 20 youths gunned down within Kenya Parliament as they set
Oh.
fire
Oh.
parts of it. So
Oh, I see that. Lukwago Swahili. Yeah, Kenya are shooting to death. Kenya have exhibit to shoot to kill others. Rogue gunmen. So far, 2 of.
so when you look through that
Wow.
conversation that's they're
Yes.
having, right?
Yes, I can see that. There's more.
Yeah, maybe 20 people are down.
Yeah.
They said 6 people have been.
This is like NSAS. This is like NSAS. This is like NSAS. Wow.
Yeah, that's what.
I'm looking at the picture and the kids. I mean, this is wow. Yeah, I mean, there are I don't want to show pictures too much on X right here because on my YouTube because if you do anything they'll just bring it down. But sorry.
YouTube doesn't like controversial topics.
No, they don't. They
Okay,
don't.
so East Africa will be saying eight have been honored. Like, well, okay, maybe it has increased because
Yeah,
for that lady to say 20 people, so
yeah,
we feel like 20 people have put it down,
yeah.
but not all of them
No,
have been
so
so.
peace is saying eight now. Okay, it's probably more reliable. It's very reliable actually. That's the Peace Africa Hope. So yeah, might be worth looking at. Let me bring him in straight away. I'll bring him in. Peace Africa, let's invite you. Meanwhile, as we're speaking, thank you very much for that. Personality highlights. Let's hear from Wakanda briefly. Go ahead, Wakanda. Welcome aboard. Let's hear from you. What are your thoughts?
Yes, hello, my brother.
Hello,
This is
hello.
a
Good
very
afternoon.
interesting topic.
Thank you, thank you.
Certainly in Africa, we always keep our eye to see what's happening
Mm-hmm.
all over. I have my cousin in Kenya.
Okay.
He called me this morning. He told me that, it's like our sister was saying, that
Mm-hmm.
there's more than 20 people dead already.
Oh my
According
gosh.
to local news.
Say on a live. Say on a live, please. 20 on a live.
There is more than 20 people alive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a terrible situation going on there at the moment. We pray for our brothers and sisters,
Yes.
our youth people to stand strong.
Mm.
But let me say something. You know
Yes.
what these people, our youth are doing? They're doing the right thing
Mm-hmm.
because they are waking up our people,
Mm-hmm.
waking up our brothers and sisters.
Mm.
Ruto, a political of Ruto in Kenya is devastating Kenya.
Mm. Mm.
It's giving the advantages to the West.
Yeah.
It's selling land to the multinational, the British. It's selling land to the American. It's literally putting Kenya into 50 to 70 years slavery if our youth don't wake up. And they are in the
Yeah.
of Ruto, Kagame, and Museveni
Mm.
to destroy, steal, loot the eastern part of DRC. So this is a very triangle, Western managed triangle. Ruto,
Mm.
you see, they called him in the US recently to baptize him, to give him
Yeah.
the title that once Kagame had.
Hmm.
So the crown that Kagame had in Africa,
Yeah.
they put it in the head
On.
of Ruto. So now Ruto is the new, what's the word for this? The new
Puppet.
collaborator
Mm. Collaborator. Yeah.
for Eastern and Central Africa to loot the Eastern DRC and destabilize even the beautiful country of Kenya. And the beautiful, stable country of Kenya is destroying that country as we speak now.
Mm.
So we have no left choice.
Mm.
The youth of all that region has to wake up.
Yes.
I think this is the time. I know that we have to give our blood. I
Yes.
know.
Mm.
No, the awakening is here.
Yes.
And our youth, because I've spoken to some of my nephew who are in Nairobi,
Mm.
they've told me, my brother, we are not backing up.
We're not backing. They're not
Our
gonna back
life
down.
is exactly.
Mm.
Our life is being sold out to the multinationals, companies. Okay? Life in Kenya is getting tougher. Tax are getting higher.
Mm.
Even to acquire land is becoming more complicated. They are giving profit resources of Kenya to all these multinationals from the US and Canada and the United States. So not the youth of Kenya that is growing population need the resources of Kenya and all that region. They are not. Ruto
No.
is literally coming to brag everything in that place. It's going beyond that. That's why he's been called to the White House
Yes.
recently to put him a crown of a new master of cooperation. So and I know this has to go all over the region. It's going to probably go to Uganda,
Yeah.
DRC, all this region, West Africa. Everybody has to wake up. This is
Indeed.
these
Indeed.
leaders. What they are doing is not good for the future of Africa.
No.
Because
No.
we want Africa to stand up. We want
Exactly.
Africa to be economic freedom. Because from the 60s, we got our independence. This is a political freedom. So that means those who used to rule us have left. But now we are seeking for the economical freedom. By
Freedom.
2050, the population of Africa will reach 3 billion people.
Yes. Yes.
So we need to start setting up for our economic freedom. Okay, now, because 85% of African population is
Yeah.
only under 25
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Mm.
So this is the foundation we are about to lay for the next 20, 30 years for the economical freedom of the continent of Africa. And American and Britain and Canada want to hijack this economical freedom is about to come to Africa. And by putting leaders like Ruto,
Yeah.
Kagame, and Museveni to sell our soul,
Yeah.
our economical freedom is about to come to us,
Yeah.
to the multinationals of the West. So we say no.
No.
Thank you. I stop
Thank you.
there for now.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that update. Thank you very much, my brother. I really Wakanda. Thank you so much. Now let's hear from Peace and Africa Hope as well. Let's go ahead. Welcome.
Yes,
Yeah.
greetings to everyone. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak. Yes, I heard Wakanda said over 20 people have been unalived. Over 20 people have been injured, but among those ones, 8 have been confirmed to have been unalived on spot. This has happened by when the youth had a leak that the president has ordered the parliament, the house, to pass the bill regardless of anything happening. And he had mentioned it even before. The president had said that he does not care whether they strike or not. At the end of the day, he has his own people that will sign on the bill. Now, the other procedure that can help Kenyans is impeaching the president. Under Article 145
Yes.
of Kenya, yeah, the president can be subpoenaed and impeached. And also, the easiest way to do it is when bodies of the government, yes,
Yes.
all bodies of government close office in protest of the president. The speaker summons the president within 2 days, which means he will step out of office. The speaker and prime minister will be in charge of the affairs, whereas the vice president looks after the office. Now, for this case for Kenya, if they've shot people holding flags, if they've killed people holding flags,
Yeah.
Kenya, in any case anyone holding a flag,
Yes.
that means it is onto the country, and the president must resign with no defense
Wow.
immediately.
Exactly. This is what we need.
That is all over the world. It is known.
Yeah.
Because once one is holding the flag is not supposed to touch down.
Exactly.
And also, in your own country, by the law enforcers. Now, the next thing is the president, if half or 2/3 of the parliament all have signatures on impeachment of the president, he will be removed from office in 7 days and elections will be reheld. Or he will stay in office for 2 days pending investigations by the Supreme Court.
Good.
Now, this does the country by then
Yeah.
does not have to file. How is it called? They file what? State of emergency. No, they don't, because it is not war. However, the military, now the powers to the police is removed. The military under the commander-in-chief, the deputy commander-in-chief, the prime minister, the speaker of parliament, and the vice president are held responsible.
Yeah.
There is an enforced lockdown for that whole week to maintain peace and
Yeah.
stability in the country. So in this case, if the youth in Kenya have their members of parliament signing the impeachment, that means if 60% of the parliamentarians sign that impeachment, Ruto will go out of office. That one is one.
Yeah.
2, if the president had or ordered anything contrary with the constitution, people's interest, did not hear the cry of the people, did not hear advice from the parliament.
No.
The president receives a vote of no confidence, whereby his incapacity to to leave the country.
Yeah.
That means either he's sick, either he's having something wrong with him, because then that means he's deterring from the normal knowledge of a person. Then he can be dropped and elections are carried out within 2 weeks. But currently in a situation of bringing the bill, analyzing people,
Yeah.
not listening to the people,
No.
heavy taxation, the impeachment only takes 2 days.
Yeah.
Someone from the Speaker of Parliament, and then the Chief Magistrate of the Supreme Court is the one who takes over every judiciary hearing and takes over the powers of the Constitution until the pending investigations are finished, or the vote of no confidence is passed in the Parliament, and the President is forced to resign.
Resign.
That is the only way. Now, since the people have revolted, the next thing is to wait for the Parliament people to subpoena the President.
Yes. Yes.
If the President is impeached, it needs 60, even if it is 52 members of Parliament. That means he will no longer be the President. Re-elections will carry on, or appointment will be carried on immediately. So I meant to submit. That is what is in the
It is.
Constitution. Actually, it is Article 145
Yeah.
in the Constitution of Kenya, 144. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all that is there. If those ones who can look it up, it's okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we stand with the youth in Kenya with whatever they are doing, and may God help them. May the
Sure.
soul of those ones lost
Departed.
rest in peace.
Ashe.
They will be remembered as heroes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tukupu Moja. Someone says Bantu Queen. Tukupa Moja. Thank you so much, Peace African Hope. This is really tough news we are hearing now. Tough news. That at least maybe 8 of the 20 that were hit have lost their lives. Maybe as much as the 20 have been unalived. May their souls rest in peace, very much like Peace Africa Hope said. But we're going to continue to really speak up for and support the youths of Kenya, and indeed the entire youth of Africa. And like Personality Highlights said, this was the same thing that happened in Nigeria during the that protest that we had in Nigeria. Anyway, you know the protest that we had in Nigeria. I forget the name just now. Sorry? Remind me again. What's it called again? Sorry? NSAS. That's it. Yes, NSAS. So yes, my mind is really, yeah, the NSAS. It's the same thing. And we have to understand as Africans that we have to be very, very, very clear that what is happening in Kenya is what has happened in Nigeria. That means that all of us are impacted by the actions of these people, and we need to be proactive, very much like the Gen Z of Kenya. We have that. That is our role now, to help empower people to begin to hold those in governance to account. Thank you very much, Norimus, NSAS, that's correct. So we are not to be deterred by this. We need to redouble our, okay. So I'm joining a live Kenya right now. I will come back later. So he's gonna, Peace Africa Hope is got contact, he's gonna join. I'll probably come and give us some updates as well. The point we're making here is that every African watching this, you should be sharing it, you should be discussing about this, you should be looking into what is happening, because if one African is down, unalived, it is impacting all of us. Just one. And we have to be very cognizant that gone are the days when we sort of just think, oh, it happened in Ghana. No. We are one continent. We are one people. And we need to stand up together. Because if we are silent, what is happening in Kenya will be rolled out to other parts of Africa as well, if it's not already happening. And that is what we are trying to really bring to our attention. You know, Bantu Queen, Tuku Pamoja. Yes, thank you for that as that statement. I guess, yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me see. May I say something? There's something very funny about how African people move on, especially when it comes to how
Yeah.
the African presidents, governments massacre people,
Mm-hmm.
unalive people.
Yes.
There's something strange about how we move on from those conversations. Because I just shared on my stories the particular video
Mm-hmm.
of how they were shooting at these people, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You could see that they were directly aiming to make sure they unalive these young people. It
Mm.
wasn't as though,
Hmm.
when we watch movies of American people and how they do their things there, we literally see them not aim to, unalive.
Yes.
They aim to leg, they do like
Exactly.
they use
Yes.
rubber bullets. I mean, I just shared that video. I don't know if it has uploaded right now, but I just uploaded it on my story.
I'll have a look. I'll have a look.
It's very worrisome because you can see the way they are shooting and these people are dropping and they are still shooting. Somebody shared that video from a window clip. So it's very strange
Hmm.
that we have all these evidences. We see how these people don't care about African people's lives, especially the young ones.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, we let them go scot free. We let them. I mean, Buhari, for example, should be in jail right now
Oh.
because of endsars, right?
Indeed.
But
Indeed.
we just accept it. We allow. I don't know, but there's something about we need to have a conversation as to why we allow this lack of civil rights. We don't have any civil rights in
Mm-hmm.
Africa.
Mm.
It's
Mm.
very boring.
Yeah,
They wake
it
up
is.
and unalive they want to unalive. Nobody questions them. There's no justice. There's literally nothing that is a consequence to
Of
how
exactly.
their lives.
Exactly.
Very painful. And I really think we should be having a conversation about that. And we need to be moving it to a part where we have to take action against these people that unalive
Mm-hmm.
African lives.
Mm.
Because it's really, I mean, I just watching this video, it's triggering me at this point because I don't know why they would have to just aim like that. And we could see people just dropping right there and just they're aiming to unalive. It's not as though they're aiming to reduce the tension or something. No.
Mm.
If and they have enough arms, they will take down all the number of people that are right there. And this is something we need to be addressing. I think we overlooked that in the conversation.
Yeah.
I really don't know why.
That's true. That's true. I mean, it's they. I guess what we should be looking at, how to look at that is this from the point of view of actually having a system in place that will prosecute every single person, no matter how long it takes, and that system being facilitated across the whole of the African continent to actually make sure that the justice is not only done, but it is seen to be done. Right now, it is not seen to be done, and it is not done. You know, and all of that is a double whammy on the people, because our views, our ideas, and everything that we're talking about is not factored in. We have to make that fact. That's why we advocate for the knowledge of the Constitution. Something just came to me as I was looking at this. I was looking at the Nigerian Constitution, and there are some responsibilities the government has to the people. I'm not just to move slightly away from the discussion, but to really bring in the idea of what Personality Allies is saying, that we should, the idea of moving away from all of this stuff that have been committed by, so-called leaders, and then just sort of thinking, oh, that's done. That's not allowing for accountability to take effect, and we need to change that. Because without accountability, then we cannot actually have people upholding the Constitution, however flawed it is, and that is the problem. So I needed to just take, for example, one of the things the government should be doing is that you should be protecting your right to life, in the government. You should have the right to freedom of association. When you go to embassies, the government certainly should be protecting your interest in a foreign land. That even goes without saying. But all of these things, because all too often in Africa, the conditioning that we've been put through has meant that many of us will focus on the verses of the Bible, the verses of the Quran, and everything else, rather than the key verses that gives us our right to be able to stand up and hold those we're electing to go into office to account. We need that process put in place. That's why, again, we keep advocating for and demanding that our people know the constitution in our local languages, and of course still devise a means in which we begin to actually ensure that those who are committing heinous crimes on the continent, they are dealt with on the continent, and the people, we are in control of that process. Because every time you put that in the hands of the colonials, we know what happened. They're given, we're going to do this and nothing really happens, and then it allows others to say, oh, he got away with it, I can do it. We don't want that. We have to stop that. That is very, very important to state. I just wanted to state that. Thank you so much for doing that work and for bringing this into the discussion of personality highlights. Let's hear from Vanna May. She's been waiting to talk, but then she went off. Vanna May, let's hear from you. Then we'll bring in Peace Africa.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Am I unclear? You know, what is his name? Peace Africa.
Yes.
African.
Peace African Hope.
Very good. You brought up those points, and what you also just said from the Constitution.
Yes.
That the people are hearing everything that they're doing against the people, the young people, is against the Constitution.
That's correct.
All wrongs done to the continent, to the people, against the Constitution.
That's correct.
And as you just said, the most important thing, the first step we need to do is get that Constitution. That's the starting point of our total freedom.
It is. Very much so. It is so important, and please continue to emphasize that point, because I think a lot of people need to hear that quite a few times for us to know that it is of immense importance. And it doesn't mean that any less the work that they've been done in Kenya right now by our Gen Zs is not important. It is very important. But in fact, it was the fact of the knowledge that they have of the Constitution is what enabled them to take action. And that is why the Constitution is so important. It allows you, once you have that power, it literally allows you, it gives you the power to take and the confidence to take action to solve your own problems and not wait, for some imaginary God or Allah somewhere to come and help you. You know that your responsibility to fix your situation, your community, is actually participating in your governance, holding them to account, using the powers that you possess as stated in the various constitutions. Just trying to give you an example of what I mean by there are certain things that the government should do to actually provide for the citizens. For example, the government is meant to, under section 16.2c, I believe, I'm going to just read that to you. These are things that many people don't know. 16.2c, 2d, 16.2d of the Nigerian Constitution. Now, you will have it in a different format in your constitution, be it Kenyan, be it Gambian, be it I don't know, whatever French countries, Sierra Leone, no, not Sierra Leone. You know the country, like Central African Republic, and all of those places anyway. So you'll have it in a different way. But let me give you an example of one of the things that should be in your constitution, and this is why Gen Z are so adamant. In there, section 62D states, in fact, I'll show that to the people who are watching me on YouTube right now, and it's important to state that. So 16.2D states that the state shall direct its policy towards ensuring that suitable and adequate shelter, suitable and adequate food, reasonable national minimum living wage, old age care, and pensions and unemployment, sick benefits, and welfare of the disabled are provided for all citizens. So you see, in knowing your rights, knowing that you're sovereign, you now have, the government has roles to ensure they put in place for you, So, yeah, can we like this life? Exactly. Thank you very much. Rodat Binja, thank you. Thank you very much. Let me just, thank you so much. So this is what we're talking about. Again, I want to state that the reason why the Gen Z youth were able to confidently stand up is they know, a lot of them in English, what is in the Constitution, even though it's flawed. And they've been using it, and they've gone a step further. They've gone translating it to the local people to empower them. And that's why the people are supporting them in this process. Despite the number of casualties that we're hearing between 6 and maybe 20 have been unalive. Thank you so much, African King. We must continue to support this. And the fact of that knowledge gave them the confidence, come what may, to stand up and say, we know our rights, we need to stand up. And that is why we're talking about this. So the responsibility of the government in all constitutions, it will come to that, what I just said again. 16.2d, the government has a responsibility to you as a sovereign. You know, knowledge is indeed power, absolutely. You know, yeah, you know, we will continue to fight. And these are the things that we bring it forward. So I'll read that to you again. In the Nigerian Constitution, in this case, 16.2d states that suitable and adequate shelter and adequate food, reasonable national minimum wage, minimum living wage, and old age care and pensions and unemployment, sick benefits, and welfare of the disabled are provided for all citizens. So I could say that loosely in Yoruba. Iṣẹ́ ìjọba ni pé kán pèsè ilé ìwòsàn, ibi ìbùsùn, oúnjẹ, owó òṣìṣẹ́ tó yẹ, ìdáàbòbò, ìpèsè ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún àwọn àgbà wa, ìsanwó àwọn tí wọ́n ti kúrò níṣẹ́, àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àgbà tó ti kúrò níṣẹ́, àti àwọn tí wọ́n níṣẹ́, àti àwọn tí wọ́n ní ilé ìwòsàn, àti pèsè ìrọ̀rùn fún àwọn tí wọ́n ní àìsàn ara. Iṣẹ́ ìjọba nìkan pèsè yẹn. So I'm literally translating that into Yoruba language so that those who are speaking Yoruba can pick that up. These are the kind of things we will need to be doing in our communities to spread that in support of what they're doing in Kenya. It is not, we cannot leave it to the Kenyan youth alone. We need to spread this knowledge, to bring it to every single community, because in the Western countries, many people, the first thing they learn is all of these rights. They learn it from a young age. So it is part of them. It's been removed from our growth, from our growing process. It literally has been removed. And in its place has been placed the religion of Islam and Christianity. And that is why many of us will be having needless fights about religions, when in actual fact what we need to know is our right to be able to stand up. You see, knowing your rights, it means that you are able to protect your land. You are able to stand up and say, this is my land. But if you don't know your rights, but you know about the Quran cannot protect your land. The Bible cannot protect your land. It is your knowledge of the Constitution that will protect the land, because now it gives you the power to hold your governors to account. Right across Africa, they stripped us out of that. So, you know, thank you very much. Thank you. So these are the things we keep talking about, and we need us to be aware of it. Again, in support of what is happening in Kenya. I'm really pained, to be honest with you. It is painful in my heart that I poured libation yesterday. Yes, I did. When I finished the program I did last night, I went out, I said, we're going to pour libation, and we you know, I call on the ancestors to guide and protect and make sure that any harm that's going to come their way, you know, may our ancestors shield them away from it, protect them, guide them, you know, or not let the police be able to get close, that kind of thing. I did all of that. Nonetheless, this has happened. We're not going to relent. We want to know that there's a lot of our youth who are going forward, and they're not going to be deterred. So let us continue to please, you know, support them. Any of the broadcasts that you see talking about Kenya, share it, discuss, find out what's going on. You know, these are real steps we need to take in our communities. You see, once you empower, I just spoke to a lady here. She came and she's a Canadian. And she admitted, she said the G7 is about simply targeting where we have resources and taking our resources, come what may. That is their sole aim. So please, I am calling on those of you who are very, very religious to understand that simple fact, that what is going on, the unaliving, the division it is all about access to our resources at all costs. Confirmed again by somebody who says the G7, their sole aim is extraction of our resources regardless of whoever is there. So when you are going to pray in a church and a mosque, I need you to understand that those mosques and church will not protect you or your community. Knowing the power within your constitution is the guarantee that they will not dare even step on your soil. They know that many people don't have this information that we're sharing, and they use that as a cover, and they ensure that those puppets in power prevent the people from sharing that knowledge so they can continue to extract our resources. These are facts. I'm not saying hate, I'm not spreading hate. I just want us to be awake and rise. Time to rise. So the work they're doing in Kenya, let it be something that will motivate all of us to take the key steps we need to take. We have got to help each other. This is not the time to stand back and go, oh, I wonder what's happening in Kenya. How can I participate? Can I share the social media? Can I send funds? Can I connect with somebody and let them have this information? Can I provide medical help? Can I send a bottle of water? Can I provide food? Can I give information? Can I make sure that our communities begin aware of what's going on? You know, we need to become active. The conditioning that we've all been placed as Africans on the African continent has made us docile, you know. Spice, yes, okay, thank you, Spice, my brother, yes, thank you. So, yeah, so please share this live, you know. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really grateful, Rhoda Lightbringer. Thank you very much. Please share. We need critical information. I'm sorry to say it, if you are a Christian or a Muslim, I am not here to attack your religion. But what I need you to understand is when a group of people are having a meeting whereby they are planning how to extract the resources from underneath your feet, they do not care about whatever religion that you serve, whatever God that you mention. That God will not save you from what they have in store for you. You need to be aware of your rights, your constitutional rights across the whole of Africa. And that is the message that we're sending out in support of what is happening in Kenya. Because guess what? The youth, once they knew what their rights were, they are prepared to stand. And they've stood in the face of everything they face. Because they know they have only one. They've been pushed to the wall. And we need this information spreading across the whole African continent. So please just bear that in mind that in every constitution, the government have got clear responsibilities that they are not fulfilling. And the more we translate this constitution in our local languages, the more the people will readily stand up for it and demand for it. That's not even to talk about the infrastructure that should already be part of the process. But anyway, I'll stop there. Peace African, is it back? Oh, it's gone off. Okay. African King, you have not spoken. Let's welcome you. Thank you so much for your gift. I appreciate that. Let's hear. What would you like to say?
Yes, sir. Thank you for letting me. I think it's always come, but sometimes I just come in, check in, and just leave.
Yeah.
I never come up, but this because of Kenya and what's going on. So that's why, you know what, let me come in and
Thank
give
you.
my 2 cents.
Yes, please. You're very welcome.
I love your panel. You're one of the people that followed. I love your panel. You preach peace, love, and liberation in Africa, and I love it. I'm all
Thank
about
you.
Africa.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
When people ask me where you from, I said I'm from Africa.
Yes.
Where you at? I'm Africa.
You're African. That's it.
Yeah, I'm African. So, it's sad. Yesterday, actually, I hosted my live. I heard about the protest. I got some few information, but I didn't know really. I didn't look into it. So I looked into it, and I followed some few Kenyans who was sending me some information. I was like, okay, this is serious. We need to discuss and share with people out there. But brother, what you're saying is so true. So I'm from Sierra Leone, right?
Wow. Great. Thank you.
August 10th, I think about 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, we had a protest. It was a disaster. I think in Africa, one of the things our leaders don't know what they lack is to let people express themselves. And they have to realize this is the 21st century. People are waking up. Africans are waking up. And Africa is young. We are young. This new generation
Yes.
which is sad.
It's very sad.
It's very, very unfortunate for our people in Kenya because they come out to speak, exercise their rights. It shouldn't happen. It should not happen like this.
No.
And for Kenya to, with this bill, I don't understand it. The world is going through so much, and for you to go and impose a bill to people is very unfortunate for the Kenyan people. And Kenya is one of the land we need to protect. Kenya is a beautiful place when it comes to African tourism. We need to protect Kenya. We need to stand up for them, and we need to be behind them and help them. Doesn't matter where you're from in Africa, we need to protect Kenya. So
Yes.
that's just my input.
Thank you so much, African King, and I'm really grateful for your thoughtful and well put comments. And it's very important that we protect Kenya and in fact all parts of Africa. It belongs to all Africans, and we need to make sure that we invest our passion, our commitment, our drive. This goes beyond money to protect. When we put our arms around Africa collectively, there's nothing that can actually penetrate that. But we need to begin to believe and connect. As communities, right around the entire world. We can and must do this. Thank you so much. Digital Hunter Humanitarian. Sorry, go ahead. Thank you for joining us. You wanted to say a few things? Yeah, welcome on board. Thank you.
Good morning from California.
Good morning. Good morning.
My name is Ongola. I'm from Kenya.
Oh, great. Okay.
And I really want to speak, and this is to every African that listen. I think Kenya is going to set an example for Africa because we lived with leaders who have repetitive patterns. We saw our parents suffering, our grandfathers, our parents, me as a parent, and now my son is also suffering. I've seen repetitive patterns. My father died fighting for this country. I went on exile, but as in seeing the oppression. And for me, after the government is wiped out, let's go for the funding agencies. As Africa, we must ask very hard questions. Why does the UN also keep funding this government? Why do these banks keep funding this government? So why are they quiet when people are dying? Why? What is paining for me is we have a fully equipped riot police, but we are lacking ambulances. We are lacking hospitals. We are lacking doctors. We have misplaced
Priorities.
And why should we be funding all these agencies? Yet Africa keeps, every year we are like donating books for girls, donating schools. Why can't we educate our youth? And for me, the best thing that has happened in Kenya today, and every youth in Africa must know that the internet gives you power to do research. The internet gives you power to understand global perspectives. The internet gives you the power to see the repetitive patterns in our politicians. And you see, the era of propaganda is over. The era of propaganda where you use fear. You will kill me today, but my son will stand up. So for me, Kenya needs to be protected because Kenya is like the heart of Africa. And when you see these leaders driving flashy cars, spending billions and billions, yet people are hungry, it's wrong. It's wrong.
Very wrong.
And for me, I'm really glad that finally we are speaking one voice, devoid of politics, devoid of tribe, we are speaking on one. And let me tell you one thing, the parents are coming out, and the parents are going to bury the government down, because the parents have suffered in silence. Many of them have been, like for me, I speak as a parent. I got auctioned. I lost everything because
Wow.
of a corrupt government. Where you do business with government, you don't get paid. So for me, seeing youth die at the parliament, that was now it's done. It's now they wipe out the entire cabinet, the entire ministers. We need a fresh,
Start.
clean government, and then go back in time. Let's root corruption from historical injustices, because that's the only way to help Africa. Because for me, you have to look at it beyond the politicians.
Indeed.
Who are the funding agencies? We can't be having Africa being refugees. We just only refugees. Every year we're talking about hunger in Africa. Why don't we have food? Why don't we have sustainable development? Every year we hear the UN hosting, delegation after delegation, but we are still stuck in hunger and poverty. We have to speak up. The time for Africa to unite is now. The time for Africa to stand up and speak with one voice is now. So for me, I really like how I wish I could go back home.
Thank you so much, digital humanitarian. Digital, honestly, wow, you spoke with such emotion, but you sort of kept a lead on it. But everything you said, right through it, I could feel that emotion. But I'm really glad that you got the message out, and we need people to hear that message. We must take collective action. We must unite. In fact, not must. We are uniting, like Vanna says. Vanna says that we are uniting already. It is happening. We're doing it. We just have to just continue on that road and nurture each other forwards. And the Gen Z, I'm really glad that they've really stepped up. And all the African youth in Africa, please, we cannot watch as this is happening in Kenya. We must take collective action. We must participate. We must coordinate because we need this happening right across the whole of Africa. The system of democracy that is in Africa is a fraud. The system of democracy in Africa is a fraud. When they tick out certain levers and they tell you it's a democracy, it's not democracy. It's an oppression. And we have to call it what it is. But the levers in there, we can still use it to hold the governance. And guess what? When we start participating in the process, we can change the constitution, which is what is the final power that we will really grab. But we're not there yet. We need to first know what is in the constitution, use it, and then do the changes that would benefit us as people in our land. We should be protected and not exposed to threats of guns or violence on the African continent. We don't make any guns on the African continent. So why are we having all these guns, proliferation of guns on the continent? So we need to ask the fundamental question of those NGOs and foreign governments and the G7s. What is the agenda? And we need to call them out and actually expose it. I'll hold off for now. Let me hear from others there. Anybody wants to chip in? Please go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Please. Okay, thank you. I just want to remind and repeat to all people that have a platform, please give 3 minutes of your platform to the knowledge of the Constitution. Let's put it out. Let's make that a flag, the Constitution, because everything that's been done to us now, talking about it, asking about it, trying to find out we know what's going on. Everything they're doing is unconstitutional. Let's get the people to. We're making an effort and we're doing it. We are actually doing this the first time that the Constitution is being made available to the people. But we need support from all other platforms. Not only financial support, but also just spreading the word. Just
do research.
Make time
Google
to
it.
repeat Constitution, please.
Thank you, Verna. Thank you so much. And this is it is so important. I keep going back to what Kibugi said, and there was a guy called let me get the name. I want to because he was on the broadcast yesterday, and it was so important. He said, "Age of Truth." He said, the people, the Gen Z, once they got information about the Constitution, they were able to go to their communities and translate the Constitution into the languages so that their parents and grandparents and the families at home could understand their Constitution. So you see, it is really important. Those of you who are Christian and Muslim and all of that, I'd like you to spend 20% of your time, like Vanna suggested, 20% of that time to start looking at the Constitution. How can you impact your community? Now you begin to make positive change within your community by sharing the knowledge. You have it in English, great. How about making sure we can get it to the communities in local languages that they can understand and begin to hold the governors to account? And by doing so, you give them independence to engage and interact with the governance, knowing they have those powers beautifully in their own language. These are things that we must do. We must continue on with that. So, to be honest, I'm really proud of what the Kenyan Gen Zs are doing. We need more of that. We need to see it replicated across the whole of Africa. And the largest population of youth is in Africa, and we need those youths to be on the move in the positive sense. Africa is vibrating and rising, And we need to make sure that we get the information out to them to be able to continue to bring out the total freedom for Africa once and for all. We're never ever going back to the days when anybody will come to African continent and enslave us on our own continent. The G7 have been all about exploiting and enslaving on our continent. We need to stop that. There is nothing wrong in us standing up and saying enough. We have that. Nobody can deny us that right. We need to stand up, and it's time now. Now is the time. Let's continue, and let's hear from others. I'm really grateful for your comments yeah, I really appreciate it. Please let's hear from others as well. Anybody want to add anything before I move on? And I'll bring on our Spice as well. I'll bring on Spice. Maybe one will say one or two things. But all the while, it's about getting us to take collective action. We need collective action in the communities, spreading this knowledge. We need stakeholders. So please join us. When I finish this discussion now, we're going to a meeting and we want to try and find off some of the documents we're working on. Because we don't stop. We need this to keep going forward. Welcome on board, Spice. Welcome on board. Let's hear from you. Yes, we can hear you, but make your voice is low though. Go ahead. You have to get your the thing close to you if you can, because you sound very distant, and we need to make sure that we hear you properly. Please continue to give us gifts. We welcome gifts and donate and all of that. And please, however much you can help, the best way you can also help is tap the screen. Tap the screen and share the broadcast to reach more people. As you see, we do, a lot of us. Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Just the unity. Let's stand on with one voice.
Mm.
And yeah, because the people, there's power in unity.
Okay.
So the Romans, they joined together in the form of unity,
Mm.
and then they were able to take over.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so also with the same thing, the LGBTQ also.
Mm-hmm.
So these people came together. It's a form of unity, and it's a form of people who understand what we are saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We need a better nation. It's not a matter of do or die or war. We need, because the youth are not holding any firearm to fight. We are saying with our banner, with our voice, let's the need be done. Enough is enough for corruption. It's 21st century. Say Nigeria as a whole, we are still struggling of a steady power supply, and we have a lot of
Shameful.
It's a shameful thing. So we see the way we have been backward.
Yeah.
Even our people, they can't even work on themselves because there is no stable electricity to work on themselves. And they know why they are doing this.
Yes.
Brothers and sisters, they know why they are doing this. They just to keep us down, because they already know that you, as a human being, you are another person.
That's it.
Because look at the technology, everything they created.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, we still able to capture,
Yeah.
able to know and understand those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because look at what is going on. If you talk too much now, they'll say off your light. If you don't have light, how will you go to social media and talk?
Yeah.
How will you go and be posting? How will you do your businesses? So these people know what they are doing. It's not that the money is not there to make
Exactly. Exactly.
And that's the reason why they don't need a leader who is Pan Africa to come on board because he's not going to agree to it, and it's
No.
going to be
Yeah.
a hard and trustful moment for them.
Mm.
They don't need that.
Mm.
That's why they always come form of people who can, play along.
Mm.
They play along with it. That is a shut up and chop up.
Yeah.
That's what they are doing.
My brother, what would you, Spice? What should we be doing? I don't want to focus on too much what they're doing. What should we be doing? Is there anything that we're missing out? Do you have any
That's what
suggestions?
I'm saying. That's what I want to say. See, we can do it by mobilizing the youth. The youth, and as you also talked about the constitution, yes, we can do it as long as we are mobilizing the youth. Tell them about the constitution. Tell them how we are going to achieve all those things. Tell them what we need to achieve because there are so many people who don't have data to even come online
Mm-hmm.
to
So,
see all those things.
on that point, let me just Spice, 1 second. Spice, on that point, this is what we are talking about here. We need to have a funding and support. I've got the apps there. I've got the PayPal and Cash app there. The reason why we're talking about it is a very key thing Spice just said now. The youth need data. In some places, they're not able to have access to data. Because when they have that data, they can now go to those communities and do the work where will need to be done, which is to translate and enlighten the people about their constitution in their local languages. You know? So your role, if you wish to, is to join in this as well and be able to organize for us, you know, maybe even if you have people who can donate data in certain communities, we welcome that. But what we need is to build funds. You know, exactly. Exactly. So we need all of those things in place. So when we're talking about solving this problem, we cannot just solve it by just talking alone. It needs to be backed up by sharing this broadcast, making sure as many people get involved in it, liking the broadcast, donating to us. By doing so, when we now have meetings, we can now begin to look at certain groups within each of the community to start saying, okay, fine, we want to set up an awareness program here in this community. Provide funding, because those who are going to be the stakeholders in that process, they have to be backed by funding. Data, for example, they would need data, they need to be taught. All of that takes a lot of funding, and it requires a planning and organizing and structure. So these are the real steps we need to take. It's fine that we're talking online now, but we need to get into the communities. The communities. Let me invite, I think Rhoda is very keen. Yeah. Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah.
It's time for us to come
Indeed.
together. Brother, sir, excuse me, I
Yes.
understand you.
Yes.
If you know that there's something that is going on, you could disclose it, my brother.
Mm.
This is what we need to know.
Exactly.
If we know, it's not you alone.
Exactly.
We're not
So,
talking about you.
no. Exactly.
Disclose it to the family.
That's it.
If we have any way to help, we will stand and help. And also, people want to be there. People are ready to be there.
Yeah.
Ready to volunteer, to sacrifice.
Spice, thank you very much for that. Let me quickly bring in Peace Africa. Then I'll drop you and bring. I need to bring Rhoda, but Peace Africa, go ahead. So let's hear from you. Thank you. Let's hear from you. Thank you so much for waiting.
Yes, yes,
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Peace Africa, go ahead.
Thank you, please. Thank you again. Like I promised, I was going to another live that was in Kenya directly. Yeah, I was speaking to people on ground. Yeah, I think I gave you an insight before.
Yes.
In the comment, the parliament has been set on fire.
Whoa. Whoa. So they've been set on fire. Okay.
One side has been set on fire.
Wow.
Yes, and the president had ordered that, irrespective of the strikes and so on, they should sign the bill to be passed.
Wow.
And the youth on the ground were threatening to go to State House now. Now,
Wow.
the challenge with the Gen Z is they are overreacting where they have reached. That is one. Of course, they are right to strike, but
Yeah. Yeah, now it
to
should.
be context.
It's about calm.
Yeah,
It's about calm.
This is what I was telling you. Some things we should be prepared of.
Mm.
So
Mm.
where they've reached now, they have been threatening to go to State House, and if they take that move,
No, we don't want.
being
Yeah,
arrived,
we need calm heads. We need calm heads now.
that is another threat. Then the other thing is, to me now, would be now the people, since they've thought they've made their call at the parliament. The left side of the parliament was burnt.
Wow.
To violence last week, Thursday, when one protester was killed and some water cannon was used as well. And from the reporting today from the Reuters news agency, at least 50 people now, another significant increase in 50 people have been injured by gunfire during those protests around the tax reforms in the capital of Kenya. 5 bodies, as we say, have been spotted outside of the Kenyan parliament.
No.
That will be another thing.
Yeah. I mean.
Now, over 30 people now.
Over 30 people unalived.
No, injured.
Injured. Okay.
Unalived record is 8, but there are other 7 more. They are saying have not yet confirmed. Yes, but confirmed 8. The other 7 I don't know. But over 30 altogether have been injured. And anticipated abductions are going to start at 6.
Abductions at 6 o'clock. So everybody should be aware. Abductions I take it by the police now, yes?
Yeah. So now, what the youth should do, should hold the bunges, the members of parliament, to force them to sign a subpoena, to subpoena the president. That is the only way out now. Because any attempt that puts the life of the president at jeopardy is looked at as an attempted
Cool. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So when it is the people, it is a protest and a strike.
Yeah.
So it will be taken as a resistance revolution.
Yeah.
But in actual sense, it is a coup. So it will be treated that way, and very many young people will be hurt in the process. So I don't know. I've been talking to them, but they seem determined. They seem determined to pursue their goal. As I'm speaking now, I don't know what's next, but let's pray for the best. And if the members of parliament decide to go the right channel, 80% of them might sign to remove the president. And if 80% sign, the president will have no choice
But to resign.
When he resigns, he will be given 2 days only to clear his office. 1 week, the prime minister, the vice president, and the speaker. Either the vice president becomes the president, or they organize re-elections, which is expensive. So, one way, if the country itself and the bodies are strong, because I saw religious leaders are there, legislators are also on the strike. So that means there is a big move. So if schools join as well, and universities, that means hospitals also may join the strike. So that means the economics people, that means the business people also join the strike.
Yeah.
And if they join the strike, that means, but even the legal system, the judiciary. So now we have 2 arms of government that are already in this, the judiciary and no, it's the judiciary and the people now.
Yes.
Currently, we're waiting to see when the education comes in, and then we see the parliament also. Because if the judiciary and the parliament join, that means, and they are supported by the religion, that means there is no any other option. It is either re-election or resignation. So, but I'm just praying for the best so that it can go that way. Otherwise, if it goes south,
Yeah.
crossed,
Yeah.
and still the aim will
Yeah.
not be reached at.
No.
So
No.
that is the current situation there.
Yeah. Thank you.
However, thank you. Keep
Yeah.
pushing for
Yeah.
the teaching of the understanding of the constitution,
Yeah.
and I think the whole world is listens to us clearly, much as they don't even participate sometimes, but they listen to what we say and teach. So it is very good. Then the other option would be in churches. Every morning there are these morning services before the priest comes. You can teach people a few things, a few about the constitution, or after service for 1 hour. It is they can learn like that. Then in schools, starting from prime from
Primary school. Yes.
upper primary,
Yes.
grade 5.
Yes.
From grade 5 upwards, everyone should be taught at least 3, 4,
Exactly. Exactly.
3, 4 constitutional rights
Exactly.
every day.
Exactly.
Then for the university students, it should be a mandate. Like back in the days, they had pre-university. Now, pre-universities should be provided. Pre-universities should be provided, but teaching constitution for a year.
Exactly.
It would be much better during the vacation before university.
Exactly.
Otherwise, let's stand with Kenyans, let's stand with the people of Kenya and the youth. Let's hope for the best, and we pray to God that the minimum of the loss goes down really.
Yes.
Because our interest is in the people being alive,
Exactly.
not being in not in the papers.
No.
The constitution are just rules that are put aside by the people.
Exactly.
They can be changed.
Exactly.
I'm hoping that the people do the right thing, go through the parliament and the judiciary system. The president can resign. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Somebody came in and they left again. If you do want to come back in, we'll let hear from you. Thank you very much for that update. I mean, it's quite so. We're hearing the news now is that one half, the left side, or I believe, of the parliament is on fire. Hey, go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead.
So, because of what Peace has said, I just wanted to put some context, okay, so that we understand why the Kenya Gen Zs are very mad. Okay, there's a reason why they are very mad, because for 1 hour they were at the when I was giving that report about 20 people, that is what literally led to why the police had to release fire, shoot directly at them, because they had already set one side of the Parliament House on fire, right? But remember that I said that some Kenyan activists were abducted. Let's not forget that there is a reason why these young people have more fire. Okay? Why were these people abducted? And according to, I'm gonna just read out the names of the Kenyan activists that were abducted. Okay, before this, because there has been so much preparations before now. They have already announced that Tuesday will be the mother of protest, and so the Kenyan government knew what was coming, and maybe they felt like one of the ways that they would stop or water down the movement was to abduct these people they felt were the activists, right? So the Citizen TV Kenya, right? They said the minority leader was asking IG Kume to come forth with the whereabouts of missing Kenyans, and about 8 of these activists were actually listed. On the list we have Gabriel Oguda, we have Shad Khalif, we have Franje, we have Osama Otero, we have Tempa CR7, we have Walt Smith, we have Harriet, and we have Mwangi. These are 8 activists that were abducted, right? So this is why these young people are very hot-headed.
Yes, of course. Of course, I understand.
Aside the fact that they programmed, they already agreed that they were gonna have this. It felt like there was a deliberate intimidation process that the government was putting in, and that's why they had to come in very hot. Because even before the protest, they were asking questions about the whereabouts of these people. They didn't get any type of response. So when you look at the way the energy used to go, and We ought to understand why they were very, 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 very particular about going there, because they felt like they were not representing the interest of the people, neither were they protecting them. And
Exactly.
we also look at the retention process of the security. Yes, we know the reports have been saying, for example, one of the journalists that I follow, who is
Yeah.
Wahiga Mwara, he's also a Kenyan. He was talking about that security had been breached, right? Security forces claimed that the reason why they had to retaliate was because security had been breached, because the protesters were really in large numbers. They came into the Parliament House. They served themselves food and drink.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw the I saw pictures. Yes, I saw it. Yes, I saw it. I saw the picture.
But let me say something. Serving food and drinks qualifies someone to be shot at. Serving food and drinks.
No, it doesn't. They shouldn't.
We're just saying that what we're saying is, right, they are saying that the only reason why the security is opening fire like that is because they feel that security had been breached. But when you look at the reaction of this group, even if you look at certain videos, I have certain clips here that I'm actually seeing. We can also see that they were doing stuff, they were drinking, they were being themselves. They were even, pushing open doors and all of that, but it didn't require them to be fired at like that.
No.
It didn't require
No.
them to out people like that to the point of gunning down at least 30 to 20 people down.
It's crazy.
Right?
Crazy.
Of course, there's even a journalist that specifically aimed at. So what we are trying to say is, why I was just raising the concerns and the names of the people that I mentioned earlier. Let's understand the context of why this came in hot-headed.
Exactly.
Because they had activists that were missing, and they had every right to be asking the questions that they were asking.
Absolutely.
People are missing. How are they missing? Just days before the protest. So this is one of the reasons that is also fueling the anger of the Gen Zs. We need to understand that. And most of them were also holding flags. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Peace African Hope. Most of these youth, look at the videos, you will see them holding the flags. And if you know how protests go, when you see people holding flags, that should tell you that that shouldn't be a reason why you should take them down.
Exactly.
So we know this is an African.
Sorry to cut you short, but
There's a man here. 1 second. There's a man here called Tuvembe. He says, I support Ruto. I'd like to bring him on board. Can you come and explain why you support him, please?
it's okay. If anyone in any country is protesting and is holding your flag, they are not shot at.
Exactly. They shouldn't be
Can
shot
be
at.
arrested, but
Yeah.
you are not shot at.
I'm afraid that's what happened in Nigeria. Over in the NSAS, this is what happened, I'm afraid, as well. Which is quite sad. But you're right. Nobody should be shot at holding a flag. But this is, oh man. I'm hearing there's a guy called Tuvumbe.
Because that means that is state prosecution. That means
It
the
is.
state is just prosecuting you for upholding them on their word of the constitution. But what I've seen up to now, the calls are many from Kenya coming to me. I've told them the same way. Right now, to save lives, it is to uphold the members of parliament. To save lives, it is to uphold the members of parliament to sign an impeachment of the president.
Exactly.
And the same force should be put on the speaker and the magistrate of the Supreme Court. When the pressure is put on those two people, they will definitely do what is right because they know the truth and they know what they should do. Otherwise, going to when the Gen Z are annoyed and they go to the president's place, to the state house, that is like marching to the Freedom Square.
It is.
That is dangerous. That is really dangerous.
The thing is dangerous. The youth have already done that. For 1 hour, okay, for 1 good hours, it was a battlefield, right? I don't see how videos are showing that. For 1 hour,
Okay.
they are unbothered. The young people are unbothered about whatever repercussions is going to be. See, let's understand this thing. I
Yeah.
love the Kenyan youth. They have this energy and vibe and spirit. I only see that in old South Africa, not the one I see now.
Yeah.
When we look at Ruto's regime, for example, we remember that we also had one that happened before this one, right?
Exist.
We know
Mm.
and that protest was it was crazier. I don't think this one we're seeing anything yet. That
Mm.
one was crazy. We saw how they were blowing up
Mm.
police vehicles.
Mm.
I don't know if you remember it. It happened, I think last year. It happened last year, and it was very wild. That protest was very wild.
Mm.
So I think in 2 years, Ruto has been experiencing two massive protests from the people of Kenya.
Mm.
And when I look at it, I don't know why he should not be impeached already.
Yeah.
And because looking at what is even happening with them saying they want to even go ahead with signing the bill, I think that's even crazy. But
It is.
this is where we also understand that democracy is a joke
It
in
is.
Africa. There's no
It
such
is. Yes.
it's
It's a joke.
non-existent.
Yeah.
Hey, politics. I see one of my big geopolitical icons here.
Mm.
Welcome.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, Thai politics. Let's hear from you. Thank you very much. Let's hear from you. Welcome on board. Thai politics. Go ahead.
Thank you for having me. I was just passing through. I was just going to listen in the comment section
Yeah.
until you brought me up. So my question would be, like, and I don't think anybody in here can answer this, right? What is the end game and what is the soft landing place,
Mm.
right? So what is the hard end game? I heard the hard end game. I heard somebody talking about Ruto resigning. I'm not a big fan of Ruto. I've never been a big fan of Ruto
Mm.
from the beginning. I don't really jump on the Ruto bandwagon.
No.
Because just to be sincere with you, I'm in a place with African leaders where I trust and verify. So you come in, how you come in, okay, that's good, but then we'll see, how you act and how you perform. And it's your performance that will now determine how we judge who you
Fair
are
enough.
or what you are,
Indeed.
not what you say.
Mm.
Because we all remember what Ruto said about African leaders not packing themselves, and then he packed himself that way. So we have seen
Exactly.
inconsistency of Ruto. One of the reasons I like Julius Malema is because even in the face of a loss, even when they told him and he knew that his party was likely to lose, he did not compromise his position.
No.
And even after he lost, as stubborn as Julius Malema was, he still did not compromise his position, even when it was politically expedient. So, but then my question, and if anybody can answer, I would appreciate it. How do you see this ending?
Mm.
Like, what do you think is the end point? I know what the people in the youth in South Africa,
What they would like.
yeah, what they would like. But many times with this protest, where is the soft landing place and where is the hard landing place? Because my understanding of how Kenya is structured, unless this is unprecedented and something crazy happens, the plan of the Ruto people is to just let it ride out.
Mm.
Kind of
Mm.
like they will get exhausted, so they are not taking a antagonistic tone from the top. If you listen to what Ruto said, which always bothers me in any protest, because I'd rather the president take an antagonistic tone from the top. That way, it drives the momentum and he gets out of office sooner. So, what is the hard landing place and what is the soft landing place?
Okay.
Because from the government perspective, I know what they're doing. You just want to wait them out, let them vent it out.
Yeah.
That's their goal. From the people's perspective, I know what they're demanding. But what is that soft landing place where, okay, look, we didn't get everything we want, but we can tolerate this much. So that was my question. I don't know if anybody can answer. I'm trying to reach out to people in Kenya that I know.
Yeah.
But everybody that I know that used to live in Kenya has left Kenya.
I mean, there is a guy. There are one or two people here. I guess I can. What I would say is I can't possibly say I don't have an in-depth enough knowledge to say, but I suppose I could say that the soft landing would be. In fact, let me hear from personality. Let's hear from them. Yeah.
Something.
Yes.
I want to say something looking at the context of what has happened before and how the response was. We've seen a brutal protest before in Kenya.
Yeah.
I think that was last year. I'm not forgotten. It was very bloody. The youths were very. Even it wasn't the Gen Z. We saw the out there. They were throwing it at the police officers. They were burning down police vehicles. It was so hot that Ruto had to comply. When I look at Kenyan politics and when I look at the Nigerian people and I look at Kenyans, there's a lot of difference. Kenyans
Bless you. You okay? Get some water. Sip some water. Just sip some water. Okay. Whilst we're waiting for her, Bantu Queen. I don't know if you wanted to. Okay, Peace Africa, go ahead. Let's have your thoughts. Then I'll bring in Bantu Queen. Go ahead.
That's okay, Bantu.
Okay.
Bantu can go and stop.
Okay, Bantu Queen, go ahead. What do you?
Okay, respect.
Yeah.
I just want to say that we are living in a different time now, a different era, different generation, and we that's my opinion. We just continue to have to put the pressure on because the leaders, we don't work for them; they work for us, and they need to respect that. We put them in power because we think or we believe, they would do good, but unfortunately, as usual, they let us down because of greed and power, right? So it's not all kingsmen, it's kingsmen. So these
Yeah.
young people, with the right support, we are here sending our algorithm and our frequency, and we are talking positive.
I share.
People, they can get what they want because they have the power in their hand. Don't just after all of this, especially 8 people died today. I think the first demonstration, I think it was 2 people died.
Yeah.
Police have been injured, people have been injured. We're not gonna just let this be a
No.
walkover like that.
No.
It's not gonna happen this time.
No.
That's my opinion. And as a charity worker, I can tell you that I wept one day. It is very bad. I wept one day when there was a family have nothing to eat, and because the children was crying, the father catch a rat. And I'm not telling any lies. I'm not putting anything. The father catch a rat and cook it and give the children them. And they want to keep it as a secret. And it wasn't a bush rat. It was a community rat
Oh.
in Mombasa.
Oh.
I'm not lying, in Mombasa. And when the person who told me they want to keep it as a secret, but the mother didn't eat any other rat, the little girl come out and talk.
Oh.
But the father could not bear
Of
to see
course.
his children hungry and anything to give them.
Oh.
So when we see some of these boys out there right now and their life, some of them that died, when they see their sisters or their brother crying
Yeah.
for hungry, or their mother have nothing, a lot of these children just suck on their mother almost
Yeah.
empty breasts. So I think we're gonna get some positive thing out of this one. This one not gonna be as usual.
No.
This one is not gonna be so hard to get what we want.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
the government, parliament, they work for the people. So we have to speak positive.
Indeed.
We're all saying we're African. What we all want to happen in Kenya. For that bill to be scrapped completely.
Strictly. Yeah.
Understand that is what we all want. We stroke that and send it out as a frequency in the universe. We will get back what we asked for.
Indeed.
Right? It's not going to be easy. We
No.
know that. People are going to die. Many more will have to suffer. Many more will have to die.
That, yeah.
Don't ask who died.
Yes.
We're fighting for
Yeah,
our
don't
freedom.
tell no lies. Yes.
We fight for our freedom. Some of us is going to die. Some of us is going to be injured. We have to take this thing by force. It's not easy.
No.
We know that. It's not better roads. And you can see the determination and the young people face.
It's true.
When we have to just support in the way we can help. If we can send something to that family or however, whatever we can help, who can help, we have to just try. I am just grateful that I have people here on the ground.
Yeah.
I can send a little something to send to that. Certainly I don't want to talk on here anyway.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we have to talk up Pamoja. We are in this together. Anywhere we is, we are in this together.
I share.
Push.
I share.
I said same thing.
Yes.
Government have to come down to the level of the people.
They have to.
Are they preaching or he resign? People are suffering. People are hungry. People are naked. The school them in Kenya is deplorable.
Yes.
I see them with my eyes. Deplorable. Right? So we have
Wow.
let's try and don't let us try and try to speak. Let us speak because there's power in our tongue. Let us speak positive at this time. No turning back right
No.
now.
Exactly. Exactly.
Let's do it and help.
Thank you so much. Wow.
We African will fight if we find it necessary.
Exactly.
Because we good over evil. We have the victory.
Exactly.
We have to
Ashe.
we don't know. We
Ashe.
have to fight with our words. We have to push our positive words out there for these young people. Let us try not to speak anything negative right now. We don't need negativity. Yes, we have seen situations where they have done this before and nothing happened. But we're in the time of Aquarius, a different generation who are determined.
Indeed. Indeed.
So we have to fight on.
Thank
We
you.
have to.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Yeah, you're back now. Go ahead. Let's hear from you. Yeah. Personality, let's go ahead.
I don't know if Kenyan people are religious, but what I have noticed about the population, how they behave, right? I know that when they want to revolt against their government, they don't look back. They don't have any fear.
No.
They are not the people who pray during protests. They go and they protest violently.
That's
They
it.
don't care about the consequences.
No.
And that is the end that we will need to move on. Before I continue with what I wanted, because I wanted to respond to Ty's question.
Yeah.
I wanted to also say that it's something very interesting that the Kenyan government is doing, because they understand the people that they are dealing with. They understand. I said if anybody can go and do a little research about maybe it was last year that they had the protest in Kenya.
Yeah.
It was a very hot mess. Ruto had to listen to the people. He didn't have a voice. He listened because we had old daddies, big uncles. They were burning his cars, and he listened. You know, at the end of the day, they had to reduce the inflation rates and the price of the fuel to something that the people accepted, right? So it was a win. I see that win
Happen again.
then again. And then because the government, because the government understands how people are very headstrong, I think they've started threatening some of their news channels. For example, there's a news network like the Arise network we have in Nigeria. There's this one called KTN News. And the government has threatened to shut down.
KTN News.
You can go on Twitter right now.
Yeah.
Check that, because I'm also following them.
Okay.
KTN News. KTN News. He says government threats to shut down KTN. We have received threats from authorities of intention to shut us down. We wish to inform the public of our plans to defend public interest. We shall not be cowed by any threats.
No.
So, there was a video I just shared shortly on my page, right? It was because when I saw they were strategically shooting at, especially the camera people, targeting certain people, and of course the news media, the journalists,
Yeah.
the filmmakers, the photographers, and one of the people that they would want he didn't, he just got injured by the bullet wound. But look at the way they are coming for the independent news channels that reports on behalf of the people. Because if you follow KTN and you follow Citizen Kenya, Citizen News Kenya, they literally report more of Kenya, like what the Kenya, like they make it look like they were the ones that were talking about, oh, security was breached, and we're validating why the
Oh, network. Got network issues. Okay, go ahead. You're back.
Yeah. So when you look at Citizen Kenyan TV or something,
Yeah.
when it reports more what our viewers that want the public to hear. When you look at KTN, for example, they report more like what people want to see. So when you look at the way they are threatening some of this outlets and the way they are targeting some of their media personnel, you would understand that they understand the power of the media. And they know that the more people are seeing this visual content, the more people are getting aware of how they
Yeah.
are treated, the more nation escalates.
Indeed.
You get it. So and when you look at that, it's already telling you that the government knows and understands how powerful the Kenyan people revolt.
Exactly.
They want it. So I think the hottest thing is we're going to just see more aggravated whatever retaliation or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I think they said the parliament
Okay.
But looking at it, they are also showing that all the young people are not bowing out. They are
Mm.
still recouping and go back again there.
Wow.
So the energy of the people in Kenya is very
It's high.
elevated. And me, those are one of the people that I really love their energy because
Yeah.
with how they go about protest, that's how protest should
Exactly.
be carried out. They have a reason why they're asking for even the abduction of the release of the abduction of the 8 people that were missing even before the protest.
Exactly.
So, at this point, I have to understand that the only thing that can make people like Ruto listen is more aggravated. Like when they see we're head belt, and Kenya people are head bent and headstrong on, we're not going out there to do something. I think they might do something. Though we know Ruto might still flip on them a bit, I feel like after today, I know they will probably have to issue out a curfew. They will probably do the same thing they did with the NSAS, where they gave the curfew maybe 6, 7. They will say anybody that is staying out there. So
Exactly.
I only think that the only way they can water down the tone of the protest is to say, oh, they're going to issue a curfew, and maybe they might do that earlier, maybe 4, 5, or 6. But I think that's the only thing that would probably reduce the tension because as for the people, the young people, they are ready for the movement.
Oh, of course.
So I don't see them backing down. I
No.
think the youths are going to get what they want this time. That's my prediction anyway.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Personality Highlight, for that insight. Thank you. Let us hear from Miss Kelly. Thank you for joining. Go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Thank you, brother.
Hello. Welcome. Thank you for the
Thank you
gift as
guys for
well.
having me.
Thank you.
I agree with the Bantu personality on this one. I wish that this protest in Kenya would just infect all over Africa right now. We kind of need that. We kind of need that spirit. What is going on in Kenya? The whole of Africa
Needs
needs
it.
that spirit. We need that. We need that aggression. We need to come out on the streets in London. I don't care where you are. Protest, talk, speak. Words are powerful. Like
Very.
Bantu said. We're not going to get anywhere just sitting down.
No.
It hasn't gotten anywhere else anywhere. They can threaten us as much as they want.
Yeah.
Yes, some people will have to sacrifice their own lives and stuff like that for new generations to come. But that's a part of life.
It is, isn't it?
God chooses to take and bring, and we will come back in a different spirit. That's how I feel, anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
As a grandchild or whatever, how you want to say it.
Okay.
But I feel like very much we just need to print this out that
Yeah.
we need that spirit everywhere in the whole Africa. We need everybody that has gone out of Africa and relocated, that has been here for like 20 years and they haven't looked back
Yeah.
since. They haven't even looked back on anything since they left. Imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine how much of us have gone from our homes to relocate and we're not doing any better. We're not having any better positions. We're still in the same kind of enslaved stress, racism. If you don't do it this way, we'll take away your children. If you don't do it, if you don't educate your kids the way we want to do it, there's so many people, brothers and sisters of mine, that have done it the right way, but still lost their kids to the system.
Yeah.
For no reason, and it's just because they just pick them, because they see that they don't know, they see that they're not having the knowledge.
Yeah.
They don't know the culture, they don't know, and they just take advantage of them like they're weak.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, yeah, we're gonna go full force to the police and grab all your children.
Oh, man.
Because I've noticed also that we black, we have a strong gene, right? And one day I was asked my doctor tested my blood, right? And he's like, oh, you O minus. I'm like, okay. And I didn't really think of it like that until he said, you know what, do you want to donate some of your blood? I'm like, no. Why am I donating my blood?
Yeah.
Because your blood is rare. And we need your blood so everybody else can. When I heard that, I'm like,
Wow.
like, no, I'm not donating all my blood. So you see, our That's why they adopt us. That's why they claim us as our own. That we are not theirs, but they claim us as their own. They adopt us and say, "Oh, we're doing it because they didn't have any parents." No, they did. They had parents. You just chose to go into a country where they have no rules and regulation and take kids
Exactly.
and call it for your own, which is not.
Yeah.
You can say you're non-racial for all you want, but the our ancestors say something else, and so does your ancestors say something else. You can't
Absolutely.
contradict yourself when it comes to that. And
Wow.
obviously, that's a big conversation to go through. But my main concern right now, and I've preached it the same way Bantu preaching it right now, is just we just all need to take to the streets, have our prides up. Whoever's going down is going down. We did it for the people at the end of the day. The same way Jesus surrendered himself for us, same way, everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nothing is coincidence to
No,
God.
no.
He's gonna go down. This person is gonna go down whether you like it or not. Nigerian president is gonna go down whether he likes it or not. You understand? It just takes those people to get to the street. They don't need a what you call it. They